Burnley 2, Manchester United 2. This is your full-time match reaction from Turf Moor. And all I'm going to say is, well done Omar Berrada and well done Jason Wilcox. Those two twats who are sat in the stands at Burnley tonight are massively at fault for tonight's results. 3 points from 9 against Wolves, Leeds and Burnley. Burnley, by the way, are going straight back down. Burnley are getting relegated straight back to the Championship because they're a load of dog shit. I am putting full blame on Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox for this tonight. To send Darren Fletcher in as interim manager is nothing more than pure and utter embarrassment. Imagine sending Darren Fletcher in as Manchester United's interim manager, expecting the players to respond, expecting the players to have a bounce back ability, expecting there to be a new manager bounce. Sending Darren Fletcher in is nothing more than a pure and utter disgrace. Clearly, yet again, there was no plan for Manchester United when they sacked Amarim, and basically they've gone with someone who can take all the blame, who can get all the criticism, which is going to deflect away from the two incompetent twats sat in the stands at Burnley tonight. I blame Berrada. I blame Jason Wilcox for this. 3 points against Leeds, Burnley and Wolves from 9 is purely and utterly embarrassing. That club didn't respond tonight. I didn't see those players even show any fight. We did well to go 2-1 up when we went 1-0 down to Burnley, which again is down to the midfield getting walked through absolutely week in, week out. We've got players that don't do their positions, and we've got players who don't do their job. And yet again, Amarim got sacked for this. Amarim got sacked because he told the truth. Amarim said it how it was. He was honest but truthful. He needed signings. He needed players. He saw how shit the midfield was because it's getting walked through every single fucking game. And we've got players who don't do their job. But yet you're sending in Darren Fletcher as our interim manager expecting a bounce back ability. We're expecting players to respond to a new method of playing and expect to get immediate responses. I did not see any immediate response. I didn't see those players respond to Darren Fletcher. I saw those players do exactly what they've been doing week in, week out and showing what a bunch of bottle jobs we actually are. And Sesko's had a good game. Don't get me wrong. He's probably the only Manchester United player that walks out of Turf Moor with his head held high. 2 goals in the same game. A lot of people have been on Sesko's back this season, including myself. If I'm being really honest with you, I've not been a fan of Sesko since he's been here. But people are actually celebrating a point. People are celebrating a draw. I'm sorry, if you're a Manchester United fan, you can't be sat here, right now, celebrating a draw. You can't be celebrating a point. Manchester United are in this mess because of Jason Wilcox and Omar Berrada. It's getting harder and harder to celebrate and watch Manchester United anymore. It is getting harder week by week. It is getting harder to watch this club. It is getting so difficult to sit there and watch United 90 minutes week in, week out. It is getting harder and harder for the fans to keep putting up with this week in, week out. This shit is not changing. Those players did not respond to Fletcher tonight. I'm really sorry to concede 2 goals down to players who don't do their job, who don't put tackles in, who don't block shots on the outside of our box. We've got a midfield that just stand there and let the Burnley overlap attack our penalty area and get inside of our box. I'm sorry, tonight is a big reality. The prats that are running this football club are a joke. And 2 of them were sat in the stand tonight and the rest of them are nowhere near to be seen. Do you know why they attend every away game? Because they know the fans can't get to them. They know the fans won't be able to get to Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox because they're so far away from the away fans. This is why they don't attend the home games. This is why they don't step a foot inside Old Trafford. Because if they went there, they probably wouldn't come out of this game alive. There's no excuses from tonight. A point against Burnley, a point against Leeds, and a point against Wolves is simply not good enough. Amarim told the truth. We needed signings. United needed to be active in the January transfer window. The midfield he wanted sorted in January and the club said no. He wanted Semenyo and expected to get Semenyo from Bournemouth. Man United pulled out of the deal because they didn't want to change their wage structure budget, even though they gave Lemens, Sesko, Matthias Cunha and Brian Mbeumo all pay rises inside their wage structure to join this fucking football club. Yet again, the two prats that have put us in this position tonight are Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox. Those were the two twats that decided to sack Amorim because Amorim told the truth. Man United from top to bottom are a bloody fucking mess. It's embarrassing, it's shambolic, but yet again, the deflection and the blame is going to be pointed in Darren Fletcher's direction. All the blame will be put in Darren Fletcher's hand. All the faults tonight will be on Darren Fletcher. Yes, his substitutions are a bloody joke because there's no creativity as soon as you take Bruno off. There was no defensive leadership as soon as you took Kevin off. Manchester United threw away a lead again. You go 2-1 up and we threw it away again. We threw away 3 points we could have got tonight, and that is because players do not do their job. Those players do not do their job. I know Bruno has only just come back from injury, granted. I understand he's only just come back from injury. But at the end of the day, why would you take him off? Why would you take him off when the creativity went out the window? Why would you take your best player in your midfield off the pitch? We had no creativity soon as Bruno went off. The creativity went out the window. It's embarrassing how bad we've actually got. It really, really is pathetic how shit we actually are. That team is on its knees. And people will say, well, you've got Mount back, you've got Maguire back, you've got Fernandes back, and you've got Mainu back. What are you playing at? Why are you slagging them off? Because those players can't do it. Those players have quite clearly shown tonight the new manager bounce doesn't exist anymore. The new manager bounce doesn't exist. Putting Darren Fletcher on that touchline is nothing more than an embarrassment. Putting Fletcher in charge is an embarrassment. Fancy putting Fletcher in charge as an interim. What was the plan from last Friday when it went all off inside the boardroom, when Wilcox and Amorim were at it like cats arguing outside at midnight? What was the plan soon as you were going to sack him on the Friday? What was the plan? Oh, we're going to sack you because you told the truth. We're going to sack you because you were too honest. We're going to sack you because we're not giving you signings. I'm sorry to say, at the end of the day, I feel sorry for Fletcher, but some of his stuff tonight was clueless. And the subs weren't at it. Completely agree. The subs weren't at it. Xerxes was crap. Mainu was crap. Mount was crap. And people will say, well, Xerxes hardly gets into the team. Mount was injured. What do you expect? They're not going to be able to make an instant impact straight away. But that's the problem. Those players have clearly got a mentality issue. When the going gets tough, they don't turn up. Burnley were better than us at 1-0, and they didn't even deserve to win the game. Burnley did not deserve to win that game. They're going straight back down to the Championship because they're fucking dog shit. They're fucking more up and down than a couple who've just got married having a bit of hanky-panky in your local Premier Inn. It is embarrassing. There's no bounce-back ability. There's no new manager bounce. But the plan to give Darren Fletcher the interim manager's job is nothing more than a joke. If you were going to sack Amorim, you should have done it on the Friday that it all kicked off. We have still got to play Man City. We have still got to play Arsenal. Our season could be over on Sunday when we get knocked out of the FA Cup and then there's no European football again for the second season running. The club are financially screwed. Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox, hang your head in shame because you two incompetent shits have put us in this situation tonight. You have given Darren Fletcher the interim job for Burnley and Brighton, and you expected an instant impact. Are you surprised that we didn't win? Because the players we've got are a load of shit. Our players are crap. We've got no creativity in the midfield. We've got two people in at the back four who don't do their job for the second Burnley equaliser because Martinez and Shaw are too pussy to put tackles in or put blocks on the Jadon Anthony attempt on goal. They basically turn their backs and let Anthony shoot. We've basically had an ex-United player score against us. Jadon and Anthony. Do they remind you of anybody? Jadon Sancho and Anthony, the two biggest flops in this club's history? Are you surprised? Two names that used to play for this club are in the same player's name. Were you expecting Fletcher to go and bang Burnley 5 or 6-0? Were you expecting United to go and win 5 or 6-0 tonight, Omar Berrada? Because I tell you what, if you think there was going to be an instant reaction and Man United are going to go on this long unbeaten run again, you're massively mistaken. Because you two incompetent shits sacked a manager that you didn't give any time to. You sacked a manager you didn't back in January. You sacked a manager that you didn't invest in last summer in 2025. So what gives you the right to then go and give Darren Fletcher the interim job? What's the plan? What's the plan with this football club? Because I don't see no plan. I don't see any structure. I don't see a way back. What's the plan? What's the plan? Because if your plan is to bring Solskjaer back and Carrick and expect that to work, you're massively mistaken. Because when you sacked Jose Mourinho, you then brought in Ollie as an interim manager. We went on this long unbeaten run that everyone got their dicks out about and got real excited. And as soon as it got to crunch time, we then got annihilated by everybody we went up against because Ollie got figured out. And then they thought it was a good idea to then give Ollie the full-time job. And then what happened? It all ended in tears and then they sacked him. And they're bringing him back, everybody. OMG, they're bringing Solskjaer back. Let's get Ollie's at the wheel. How good does it feel? They're only bringing him back so they can get those United fans singing the song again. You're bringing Solskjaer back, who cried like a little puppy on MUTV live on air. You got a manager brought back, you sacked to cry live on air because you got rid of him, because you sacked him. And you're thinking, well, if we give them Ollie and Carrick, all the blame is going to get deflected on them. All the shit that the fans give us, we won't be able to get targeted. We're not a fucking dartboard. Ollie will have to get it. Carrick will have to get it. All the blame and all the deflection is going to go on them. So we're protected. We've got more protection than a condom. We've got more protection than a condom. So basically, we ain't going to get any blame anymore because Ollie will get it and so will Carrick. So everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be sunshine and roses for us because any blame won't go on to us two. It will go on those two incompetent swats that can't get Manchester United playing any good football. I didn't see any good football tonight, lads. I didn't see any good football tonight. We did well to go 2-1 up, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Sesko haters that are going to be sat down tonight because Sesko had a good game and scored 2 good goals. But at the end of the day, when you've got lazy players like Luke Shaw and Martinez that turn their backs away and don't put a tackle or don't put a block in for Jadon Anthony's shot, what are we meant to do? Try and keep a clean sheet? Do we really think we're going to keep a clean sheet? Because I didn't see that happening. Because you let Burnley onto you. Those United players let Burnley at them. There was no response. There was no response from these players tonight. I'm sorry. I just don't understand the plan. And I don't understand what the direction of this club were trying to go in. What's the direction? What's the plan? Because if you're telling me you're going to give Ollie and Carrick the interim roles, Carrick is as Ollie's assistant and Ollie as interim manager, if we have to put up with that and then you end up giving him the job again, we are going to look like complete and incompetent twats. They're going to bring these two back in expecting results to improve, expecting United to play good football. And I'm telling you now, if you want to invest in players, we might as well bring the youth setup in. Because I'll tell you what, even though Shea Lacey has hardly seen any football under Amorim, he looked like the brightest spark when he came off the bench. He's the only player that actually did something. He's the only player that actually gave Burnley the shits more than the runs when he sat on the toilet kissing the bog. He's the only one that made an instant reaction soon as he was brought on. And I think from now, if Lacey continues to perform like that, Shea Lacey gets in this team. No two ways about it. You don't need Xerxes. You don't really need Mount. And to be honest with you, I'm not being funny, but what did Mainu do? I mean, everybody, including myself, and I hold my hands to this, I wanted Mainu getting first team football. I wanted Mainu in that team, but I didn't expect Mainu to be benched again. I didn't expect Mount to be on the bench. I really didn't expect Maguire to be on the bench either. But we went to a back four. We scrapped the Ruben Amorim system, which clearly was not working anyway, which was fair enough, because the Ruben Amorim way of football was shit, and we weren't playing good football, and we were tactically atrocious. We go to a back four, but yet some of those players still can't do that job. Some of those players in that team are making this fan base life a fucking misery. For the midfield, for example, look when Casemiro just stands there and lets the Burnley overlap attack our box and puts in a simple cross and it deflects on Aiden Heaven. And I tell you what, not enough blame gets put on Aiden Heaven tonight. Not enough blame actually gets put on Aiden Heaven tonight. I don't know why he has stuck his foot out so far out to let that Burnley cross loop over our goalkeeper. I don't understand why Aiden Heaven sticks his fucking leg out. I mean, I know you're trying to prevent it, but you don't stick your fucking leg out knowing what that Burnley player is going to do to you. He's going to absolutely embarrass the shit out of you. And this is the problem with Aiden Heaven. He's too inconsistent. He's too inconsistent. If you've got to have him in the box, but you don't stick your fucking leg out as wide open as what you needed to do. You don't need to do that. And the problem is, you've also got to look at the goalkeeper's position as well. Why is Laments come so far off the line to let that Burnley goal go in? Why is Laments gone so far off his line to let that ball loop over him? I don't understand the goalkeeper's position. You don't come so far off your line to let that ball loop over. You've been left fucking in the mud tonight. I'm sorry, as a goalkeeper, your position's terrible. Coming so far off your line is fucking ridiculous. But Aiden Heaven is at fault there, and so is Casemiro. And again, we bang on about the fucking midfield week in, week out. Why is it not getting addressed? Why is that midfield not getting looked at in January? Why are we just letting that midfield be exactly what it's been week in, week out? Casemiro just stands there and lets the Burnley overlap happen. Why are you just letting Casemiro just stand there like a statue? We know how fragile he is. He's like a fucking paperweight. He can't even play more than one game a week. And this is the problem. This is the reaction when you play Casemiro week in, week out. His legs are gone. Casemiro's legs are gone. He can't do this week in, week out for United. I'm really sorry. He can. You can't just stand there as a midfielder and let that Burnley overlap happen. You can't just stand there and let that watch right in front of your very eyes. You must be really fucking lazy as a midfielder that's won all these games for Real Madrid, won all these trophies, and all of a sudden you've come to United and you've been made to look like a complete fucking mug. And that's the problem with Casemiro. He's a one-game player. He's a one-game player who can't do it week in, week out. And it's like United are expecting miracles. It's like United expecting Casemiro to be the Casemiro that he was at Real Madrid. And I do blame Casemiro for the opening goal, but I also blame the ridiculous defending for the Burnley goal. You can't. Do you read any of the comments? Sesko's best game of his life so far. We need Mount, Ahmad, and Buemo. Why is everyone acting like taking Bruno off with surprise? We never knew about it before the game. He's been good for us when he had injuries calm down. 3 wins in 11 matches. Well, talk about real United DNA. Heaven is inconsistent. It's crazy. So you want him to let it in the box. Leave him be. Martin's a Casemiro a finish. Fletcher took out Bruno early. We need Mount. Fax has been pivotal. Casemiro is slowing down. Need to manage minutes before a big drop-off. Wanted that Lacey shot to go in so badly. Lacey has to start in the FA Cup. Been saying it for a while. He's a gem. I'd go and find a new sport. Lacey should start FA Cup. Been saying it for a while. Which is good considering Slack and Fletcher only had a couple of days preparation. I don't care if Fletcher has only had a couple of games preparation. I've got no sympathy for Darren Fletcher. Great players do not make great managers. I'm sorry, if we're going to cover up that we got a point, that we got a draw, at least we didn't lose, then you're in fucking denial. I'm really sorry. If you're going to celebrate a point and you're going to celebrate a draw, then you're not a Man United fan. 3 points from 9 against Leeds, Burnley and Wolves, and we're meant to be happy. We're meant to be celebrating the draw. Like, oh my God, have we gone back to the win, lose or draw mentality? Aren't we meant to be beating Wolves? Aren't we meant to be beating Leeds? Aren't we meant to be beating Burnley? Is it okay to draw against all 3 of these clubs in 3 games in a row? Is that all right for this fan base now? Have we accepted the standards? Have some of this fan base fallen for the standards of this football club? Because it looks like some of you have. It's like some of you have just accepted the standards. It's like some of you don't want the club to win anymore. It's like some of you don't want United to get back to where they once were. It's like some of you are too pussy to call out players' mistakes. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be sat here covering up for the players. I'm not going to be sat here protecting their lazy ass tonight who don't respond when we go back to the way United should be playing. Those players can't do it. Look at the chances inside the first half. That Martinez goal shouldn't have been disallowed. I don't know why it gets ruled out. The Burnley player goes way down, way too early in that Burnley box. He goes down like he's been hit by a fucking balloon. Martinez equalises and then it gets disallowed for a foul by Martinez, even though the Burnley player's gone down like a fucking piece of paper's fucking hit it. I'm sorry, that was ridiculous. We would have been back in that game a lot quicker. That goal should have stood. There's no 2 ways about it. That goal should have stood. That should not have been ruled out for a foul. There's no foul there. So people saying it was a foul, Martinez hardly fucking touched him. It's like someone put a piece of paper together and flew a paper aeroplane at that Burnley player and he went down like a fucking pack of spuds. It is massively, massively embarrassing. And again, I would also say for the second Burnley goal, look at the lack of defending from Martinez. Look at the lack of defending from Martinez. Look at the lack of defending for Luke Shaw. Martinez is meant to be the butcher. What is he, working in a butcher shop? What is he, cutting up pieces of meat every day, is he? Because I don't see Martinez doing his centre-back role there for the Burnley second goal. He just turns away from the Burnley player and lets him shoot. And so does Luke Shaw. Lazy, lazy defending, eh? And I've said how bad Luke Shaw is. There's people in his fan base who will still call him Gilberto Carlos. What a great player he is. Luke Shaw's back. At least he can keep himself fit. But if I can't get an England team, what's the point? Like, Luke Shaw is fucking lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Lazy player. Luke Shaw is lazy. I'm sorry. If people are going to cover Luke Shaw's ass, go and watch the second Burnley goal. Go and watch it. Because Martinez is at fault as well. Both of them might as well be a married couple, making mistakes after mistakes in their same marriage. They might as well be married to each other. You're crying about Shaw. Who else should play there? Definitely not Dorgu. Shaw won't tackle. Should have been sold 3-4 years ago. Exactly. The problem is, this football club don't change their spots. This football club has This football club has standed by players that shouldn't even fucking be here. I think Darren Fletcher is going to get a lot of the shit because his substitutions were a joke. It was a joke from Fletcher's point, but it's not his fault he's in this situation. If you had a plan to sack a manager, why have you brought an interim to get us till the end of the season? Why have you not gone and tried to get the very best manager now instead of wait until the end of the season? Why can't we go and get a manager in now? What's it? Is the money the issue? Is it because you've had to pay out Amram and his shitty coaching staff? Is it because the club is going to use PSR and financial fair play again as an excuse? What's the plan? What's the plan from here? Because I don't want Fletcher in charge for Sunday. It's absolutely laughable. It's laughable. Do you think it was the right thing to sack him? Because I think it's not. Kuna didn't want to be there today. Who would you want? Do you understand football? Yeah, I do understand football. It's called on this channel that we tell the truth. It's called on here that we're honest. It's called on here to be honest. Man United should have had a plan soon as the manager was sacked. They should have had a plan, but they didn't. We've got more plans than fucking Plan B. We've got more plans than Professor Green. Like, at the end of the day, if you're going to sack a manager, you should have sacked him on Friday and brought in an elite manager for Sunday, or at least before today's game. You've had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You've had 4 days to try and get the best manager available. No, we're not doing that. We'll wait until the summer. Because if we wait till the summer, we can assess this situation. I wouldn't let Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox assess someone's operation in a fucking hospital. Those 2 twats have been left in charge to run this club. Those 2 twats who sat there in the stands tonight, hang your heads in shame. And apparently, Jason Wilcox is a coach. And so is Omar Berrada. Oh, look, let's get them with the coaching team. Let's get them put on the fucking touchline, shall we? Whoopee, let's get everyone on board. No. We're in this position tonight because of these 2. They sat down for telling the truth. What are we meant to do? They sacked him for telling the truth. And they didn't like it. If it was me and I tried to bring anyone in, you're spoilt for choice. Because apparently United are looking at every manager going. They're looking at De Zerbi. They're looking at Tuchel. They're looking at Pochettino. They're looking at Glasner. They're looking at De Zerbi. They're looking at Southgate. They're looking at McKenna. They basically want a yes man they know who they can dictate to and use a puppet on strings. That is what they want to do. They want to get someone they can use as a puppet and use on strings. I'll try and attempt Nagelsmann. Are there 2 De Zerbi? So you've got De Zerbi, who's the Marseille manager. And probably... if you want a Premier League experienced manager... You're either going to have to go and get Glasner or go and get Tuchel. That is who United wanted. And apparently Tuchel and De Zerbi didn't want the manager's job because they didn't feel like it was the right time. So United have basically left Fletcher in charge. And I don't think that's fair on Fletcher because Fletcher in his personal life has been through a lot. Look what he's been through. And he's been left in charge on an interim basis. Like, what is that about? It is 2-2. It is 2-2. Yeah, you are absolutely right. It is 2-2. You are absolutely... I've only just noticed that. Thank you for pointing that out. I am so fucked off with tonight. It's fucking shit. It really is shit. Like, if you're going to leave these praps in charge, then what's the point? There's no way back for this football club. There's no fucking back. I don't want Ollie. I don't want Carrick. Because they got rid of Carrick to bring in another manager. They sacked Ollie because it all ended in tears. So what's the plan? You've got players in that team who ain't good enough and Ollie and Carrick are going to end up having to fucking use them because the club won't back them. They want yes men in charge. Could you imagine when Carrick walked through the door? Are we getting any new players? No. Are you going to back us in January? No. Are we going to get anyone sold? No. So basically got the same squad Amrin was left with. Pretty much. So what's the point? Because those players tonight showed they can't do it. When we go 2-1 up, we deserve to go in the lead. We created the better chances. We were the much better attacking team and we were on the front foot. But when you can't defend for shit, what are we meant to do? What are we meant to achieve? I can't believe the standards of this club. I can't believe the standards. And I'm not going to calm down. I'm not being patient anymore. United have a lot going on behind the scenes. Oh, should we get the violin out then? Oh, they've got a lot going on behind the scenes at United. OMG. I've got no sympathy. We've been in this mess before. Why are people giving them sympathy? Omar Berrada, Jason Wilcox and Ineos have put us in this position. Never let a Leeds fan own a dog because they can't hold a lead. That's very, very good, Dylan. That is very, very good. See what he did there. Sesko has stepped up and hopefully he can keep up. But in terms of results, it's poor. Exactly. The results are shit. The results are shit. What are we meant to do with 3 points from 9? And there's fans celebrating a point tonight. There's supporters celebrating a draw. We needed to win. There was an opportunity to go above Chelsea and above Liverpool. Chelsea lost to Fulham. Liverpool are probably going to get their asses handed to them tomorrow by fucking Arsenal. Because Arsenal don't seem to lose or draw games. Exactly. Sesko was the only United player who wanted it today. Completely agree. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. There's only a certain section of these players that want it. There's only a certain section of this fan base that want it, that supporters that want it. No one celebrating the draw. Those of us who watched the game knew we dominate. We won 5-1. But there's certain fans that celebrate it though, mate. There are certain fans in the celebrate that are celebrating the draw and celebrating the point. We should have beat Leeds. We should have beat Wolves and we should have beat Burnley. There's no excuse. Both the goals we concede are down to mistakes from the defence. Both the goals are down to our defence again. That's because you have put so much trust in Martinez. You've put so much trust in Luke Shaw. Isn't it about time that back four had a fucking examination? Isn't it about time you drop Luke Shaw out the team? Isn't it about time you drop Luke Shaw, who has been shit for God knows how many years? I think Bruno wanted it as much as Sesko. Bruno is so trusted. We shouldn't have took Bruno off. But Gary Neville said, well, apparently this substitution was planned. He could only play 60 minutes. Like, that's the excuse. It's because of his hamstring. 3 points when we could have got 9 points is absolutely diabolical. Doesn't help when ex-players are saying 3 easy games, making it 10 times harder. Luke Shaw looks tired every match. Luke Shaw's been a liability for the last 3 to 4 fucking years. And Casemiro's the same. There are too many players in that squad who should not have been picked. If you want to play a back four, Delo is horrific as well. Let's not even get started on Delo. What the fuck did he do? Beat Newcastle, the worst team regardless of how they won it. Can't teach old dog tricks. Exactly. Exactly. Drop Shaw, play Dog at left, play Kuna on the left and start Lacey to try something else. That's a good idea. Why can't we put Lacey on the right, Sesko down the middle, Kuna on the left, play Fernandez, Mainu and a different midfielder instead of fucking having Mainu or bloody Casemiro in there, because Mainu did fuck all. And I want Mainu in the team. I want Mainu in this squad. I want him in that midfield. But what did he do to offer any type of midfield quality? What did he do? I know he's been massively left out by Amorim. But one game in, I know there's going to be rustiness. I mean, he's more rusty than that Thomas the Tank Engine diesel from the island of Sodor. But bloody hell, he looks rusty more than ever. And that's down to the lack of minutes. But we need to try something different because these type of results aren't fucking good enough. They ain't good enough. Who would you play right now instead of Delo? Shaw? Casemiro in the squad is injured away. We can't keep using injury and AFCON as an excuse. We can't keep using these two things as an excuse. If we play like this on Sunday, we're going out the FA Cup. We are going out. Tonight's on Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox. I don't want Darren Fletcher in this position. I did not want Darren Fletcher on an interim basis for Burnley. I did not want Darren Fletcher. Why couldn't you have gone and got Rude? Why couldn't you have gone and got Blanc? Like, you've given it to Darren Fletcher. What good is that going to do? What is that going to do in terms of a mentality? What boost is that going to give the squad? Oh, it's all Amorim's fault. It's all Amorim's fault. And yes, at times it has been Amorim's fault. Granted, formation, setup, tactics, the way we play, a lot of Amorim has to be blamed for the position we are in. But to put Fletcher in charge, wake up. Was that the plan? To bring Fletcher in all along? Could you imagine, right? Just imagine this, right? It goes all right under Ollie. It goes all right under Ollie. They give him the job. They give him the job, right? They give it him back. Put the trust in. Give it 18 months. We're sat here in 18 months' time sacking Solskjaer again. Don't be surprised if they give Ollie the job. Don't be surprised. The other people who wanted us as well as Sesko or AFCON, we are so finished. So it's Darren's fault. The owners are a disgrace. The board is letting us all down. I'm not saying Darren Fletcher's to blame. I'm not putting blame on Fletcher. I am putting blame on Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox for putting him in this position because it's not fair. It's not fair to put an interim manager in charge like Darren Fletcher, who has not really got any Premier League manager experience. What was he meant to do? expect United to fly out the blocks and look like a really good attacking team. We need new owners. We need a new board. We need new players. We need a new stadium. We're not going to get that under Ineos. We're not going to get that under Berrada. We're not going to get that under Wilcox. We're not getting it. The club's nearly £800 million worth of debt. Need a tough manager to wipe it out. Exactly, Clips. Completely agree. But they won't do it. They won't do it. The reason we lost because without Bruno on the pitch, we're a mid-table team. We have got the worst owners of all time. Why wouldn't we? And celebrate. Exactly. I'm not blaming Fletcher. I'm blaming Wilcox and Berrada. I'm blaming them lot for putting Fletcher in this position. It's not fair on him to suffer the abuse and the crap he's going to get. Because some of his decisions, don't get me wrong, are a joke. Bringing Bruno off, bringing Xerxes on, bringing Mount on, taking Heaven off. I know Heaven made that mistake, granted, but don't take him off. Don't take Heaven off. Keep him on. If anyone needed to come off, it should have been Martinez or fucking Luke Shaw, not fucking Aiden Heaven. You could have kept Heaven on with Martinez and brought off Shaw, put Dorgu at left back, kept Delo where, if Delo was even there tonight, Delo looks like he was out on the piss because he didn't do fuck all to contribute. You could have kept Delo at right back. You should have kept Bruno on, bring Mount on with him and Mainu, take Casemiro out, take Agate out, then go with Shea Lacey, Sesko and Kuna. Why didn't we do that? Why did he make the changes he made? I know people will stand there and protect. Bruno. Again, Shea Lacey is so good. Exactly short is Coventry level. Delo looked like he came out of a purple turtle. Lacey hit the bar. Lacey, Kuna, Sesko, Bruno is a solid front four. Lacey shots was fire. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. Would really appreciate your guys' support tonight. Kuna was shocking. I don't think Matthias Kuna had the best game, but I wouldn't have dragged him off. At least he could run with the ball at the Burnley back four. At least we were getting that ball forward. But we're putting our trust in Agate and Casemiro week in, week out. We're putting our trust in Agate and Casemiro for the midfield. That's the big problem. I've got no issue with the centre-back because we've got enough. Exactly. As soon as Bruno goes off, we did fuck all in terms of creativity. We're lost without Bruno. We are. We are lost without Fernandes. It's a joke. It is a joke. Because the position we're now in now is a really, really shit one. I don't think people quite understand the league position we are now in now. Manchester United are in 7th. Brentford are above us. Newcastle are above us. We're above Chelsea and people will pinpoint that as a positive. People will pinpoint, at least we're above Chelsea. Oh, yeah, woohoo, great. We're above fucking Liam Rossonier's Chelsea, great. That's really exciting. That really excites me in so many ways. Great. But we should have won. We would have been in the top 4 tonight in the Champions League spots. We're flirting more than... How did you find... I don't think Kuna had a good game. But I wouldn't have dragged him off. At least he could run with the ball and get at that Burnley back four. And we took him off. What was the point? And we are lucky to be where we are. Oh my God. We are currently in the Europa Conference League spots. We are in the Europa League Conference spots. Does that really excite me? No, it doesn't. I don't want to be in that competition. I want to be in the Champions League. But I know playing like this, we would get our asses kicked. Exactly, we do need Champions League football. We've been flirting with top 4 more than flirting for with the most hottest boy or girl in the world. And you've been flirting them for not just weeks, but months or years. And you still haven't got with them. That's how bad we are with flirting with top 4. Our flirtation's not working. We can keep flirting them with it, giving them hints, giving them tips, giving them the eye, taking them out for a drink, taking them out for a meal. But as soon as you finish that meal or drink, you're both going home in your opposite houses and you're not going back together. And there's no hanky-panky in the bedroom. So we're flirting with top four more than flirting with a boy or girl that people like. It's embarrassing. We've been flirting with this all season long. There was a huge opportunity, especially knowing Liverpool have got Arsenal and Chelsea lost. It is embarrassing. Conference is better than last season, bro. Got to look at the plus side of things. Better than 24-5. Oh, my God. Do you know what? I'm just going to put my hood up for that. Oh, my God. Look, I respect people's opinion. And I respect people's views. But, oh, my God, the Conference League is better. Yeah, we're going to go and do a Chelsea, are we? And going to go all the way and win it. And we're all going to get our dicks out about it, are we? That the Europa Conference League does not make me excited in any way, shape or form. That is a competition for banter teams that shouldn't even be anywhere near fucking Europe. Could you imagine some of the travel and some of the teams we're playing against? How embarrassing is that going to be week in, week out? It's a fucking Mickey Mouse Cup. Be real with our position. We're on the right path. Football doesn't change overnight. Yeah, but you can't say it changes overnight. It takes time. We've heard that for 13 years, mate. We've heard that for 13 fucking years, bruv. We've heard that for 13 years. We've heard it for 13 years. Oh, so it's going to take time, is it? Oh, it's going to take even more time. We might as well be Time Wizard, the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card. We might as well be Time Wizard. And let time keep going on and on and on and on and on. And then time will eventually stop. Because we'll be sacking more managers. We're not seeing results. 3 points against Leeds, Burnley and Wolves is shit. Nothing's going to change with Ratcliffe, Berrada and Wilcox. All the Glazers. Big up Yu-Gi-Oh! Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. And that's what the Ruben haters want. Exactly. Exactly. That's what the Ruben Amram Brigade wanted. Everybody got their way. I wanted it to work. I wanted Amram to succeed, but I couldn't stand by the football, the tactics, and some of the way we were playing. But at the end of the day, he told the truth. He called out Ineos, Berrada, Wilcox, and look where we are now. We can't even beat fucking Burnley. It's always bloody Burnley, isn't it? It's Burnley all the fucking time. They are such a curse of a club. Honestly, whenever we go away to Burnley, we always fuck up. And I said, I do not feel confident tonight. And Darren Fletcher's managing the under-18s team. And they're not even winning their league. And you've put him in charge tonight. What good did that do? I think he need time, even if he did so many mistakes. We can't be. I'm sorry to say. Time's not on our side anymore. Time's just going to keep on moving. We're not rolling with the times anymore. We're not rolling with the times. We're getting worse. We're not getting any better. We're getting worse. And people are going to stand by that. At least it was a draw. At least we got a point. It's all right. It's all good. Stop moaning. Stop complaining. No, I'm not going to stop complaining until this club gets a bloody grip. We have no midfield, no strength. Just need 2 CMs that we have quality, and we'll be fine. Free up Bruno. Would you start Lacey versus Brian? Absolutely, Harvey. Absolutely, I would start Lacey. And we don't have no midfield. We don't have a midfield. We don't have one. It's completely non-existent. Again, that was a big problem tonight. The midfield is getting walked through again. The midfield is getting walked through again. Casemiro, lazy. Agate, lazy. Shaw, crap. Heaven, inconsistent. Delo does fuck all. We're never going to win. We are never going to win anything big with these players, or with these owners, or with Ineos. We're not going to win anything. I feel sorry for Fletcher. And I feel really, really stupid to say, I actually feel sorry for Johnny Evans. And he's been brought in as an assistant coach to help Darren Fletcher out. I mean, Are we back in like 99? We brought back Johnny Evans to be an assistant coach to Darren Fletcher. Johnny Evans was let go at the end of the season because he was shit. Because he needed to retire. And you've brought him back to help. Like, we're not in an SOS situation. It's not the end of the world. It's not like a meteor's going to strike planet Earth, is it? You've brought back Johnny Evans to help. I mean, that is like... I don't even want to imagine it. The benefits of tonight is probably Sesko and Shea Lacey. The only two brightest sparks in this team. Apart from probably Fernandes, because the creativity went invisible as soon as he was taken off. The only bright spots was Sesko, Fernandes and Lacey. The rest of them were shit. I mean, look at the two chances Dorgu and Matthias Cunha had in the first half. Both of them should have gone in. There's no excuse. If you had proper strikers in those positions, those chances would have gone in. I mean, how many times did we shoot the ball over the bar? 4 or 5 times? We took dips outside the box with Mainu, Casemiro, Agate and players like that, deciding to go for their own free will and do what they wanted to do. I'm sorry. Enough's enough tonight. You can't be celebrating this result. The only benefits, they were unlucky. They were unlucky chances cleared off the line, but they should have gone in. Dorgu doesn't do enough of his finish. If you look back at the replay, it does take a little bit of deflection off Dubravka, and the Matthias Cunha one, there's not enough direction put on the header to go over the Burnley line. Just saying, we might as well just go in the league below. Exactly. To be fair, Shea Lacey's got some nice shots in. Yeah, mate, you're getting blocked because you're not funny. Oh dear, I've had to block you. Oh fucking dear. I'm just expressing that if you can't beat Burnley, then how the fuck are we going to beat Arsenal? How the fuck are we going to go to the Emirates and get anything? How are we going to beat Man City at Old Trafford? Are we literally waiting for a miracle? Are we waiting for a Christmas miracle? Because our season could be over on Sunday. If we got the FA Cup, that's it. If we don't win the FA Cup, it's gone. It's gone. Sorry. No, I'm not having Rome wasn't built in a day of some patience. We're not a Take That tribute song. Just give a little patience. No, I'm not giving it patience. I've heard that for 13 fucking years, bruv. I've heard that for 13 years. The biggest problem at this club are the Glazers, Ineos, Sir Jim, Omar Berrada and Wilcox. They are running this club into the ground bit by bit. We're a puzzle piece that never can get built together because the Glazers and Ineos are all banging each other in the background, having hanky-panky here, there and everywhere when they like. And that puzzle's falling apart. 3 points from Leeds, Wolves and Burnley is shocking. As simple as that. Thank you. Least George is actually speaking some truth. George has just said, probably comment of the night. 3 points from Wolves, Leeds and Burnley is shocking. Simple as that. Thank you. Do you know what, George? I'm actually giving you a round of applause for that. Comment of the night. Exactly. I'm sick of hearing patience, patience, patience balls. Exactly. I've heard that for 13 years, bruv. And again, United have got me to drink tonight. Like, I haven't had a nice drink. I only have a drink on special occasions. But watching this shit, you end up having to have it because United are putting you through crap. It's disgusting. Honestly, it's a fucking joke. Absolute joke. We had chances to fucking hammer Burnley. I'm sorry. Burnley didn't even turn up. Burnley weren't even that good. And yet they still managed to create how many opportunities on goal? It's embarrassing. You're letting Burnley create opportunities against Manchester United. Like, really? That's the problem. Even the opposition don't see Man United as a threat. They don't see us as a threat. No one's shitting their pants anymore. I'm sorry, but we're crap. We're basically dead on our feet. We're finished. As a football club, there's no way back. And the problem is, I dare Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox to try and enter Old Trafford on Sunday. I fucking dare them. They probably wouldn't succeed and they probably wouldn't come out alive. And do you know what? I dare ask this fan base to actually get that game called off. Try and get Brighton and City called off. Don't worry about your season tickets, because that football club will be shitting themselves if we can get more games abandoned or called. Try something, because this is just ridiculous. We look stronger with Bruno, but he had to come off because his minutes are monitored. I don't care about Bruno's minutes being monitored, mate. He's not on a drip. Like, I'm not being funny. Bruno should have been kept on. He was fit enough to play. Bruno Fernandes is not on a lifeline. He's not on a drip in a hospital. His minutes have got to be monitored. I'm sorry. The creativity goes out the window when Bruno fucks off. And what did we do? He's our most creative player that midfield's got. Sesko, brilliant. I mean, I've been on Sesko's back. Fair enough. He's not been great. But at least he's contributed both of the goals. At least he's put the ball in the net. This might be the best of Sesko moving forward because Amram neglected him. Because Amram cheated Sesko like a pile of shit. It might be the best of Sesko is yet to come. But I ain't celebrating a point. And I ain't celebrating a draw. We should have beat Burnley. There's no excuse. 7 shots from 2 and 2 went in. Exactly. That's good. Biggest propaganda going is I'll take time to challenge about nonsense. Exactly. We can't be taking time to challenge anymore. We've heard that for 13 years. None of this bullshit anymore. It's not fair on the fans. We've seen enough over 13 years to realise we are shit. But if we're going to play like this against Brighton, if you saw the way Brighton played at City at the Etihad tonight, we're in trouble. Like, we're in trouble. This game at the weekends make or break our season. If we don't get European football, could you imagine the summer transfer window? Could you imagine how we're going to rebuild the team again? Could you imagine how much shit we're going to be in financially? Because we get fined by our sponsors if we don't get European football. The club is fucked. I'm sorry, hand on heart, this club is fucked. There's no way back. If I was Fletcher tonight and I was Johnny Evans, if I was Fletcher and Johnny Evans, I would be walking out. I would say, do you know what? You can have me as interim manager, but look at the problems we've got here. Look at the problems that we have got. Do you not realise how incompetent that makes you lot look? I would love Johnny Evans and Darren Fletcher to stand up to Omar Berrada and Jason Wilcox and say, do you know what? The biggest problem here is you lot. And do you know what? Amram was right, wasn't he? He called you out because he knew how incompetent you twats were. I would love them to do that, but they won't because they're yes men for the Glazers and Ineos. I have to disagree with you there on the Sesko. The reason Sesko wasn't scoring was the service from the midfield. Haters always say United will take years to challenge. It's bullshit and jealousy. Exactly. People are worried if United got back to where they were, them lot wouldn't be able to turn up week in, week out because we would just batter them. They fear the truth is actually funny. Exactly. Again, another good comment. They fear the truth. They fear the truth. Warm welcome to Ollie, sir. Ollie going to make the change. Ollie come in. 4 points away from Burnley, Leeds, West Ham. If that's true, Burnley, Leeds, West Ham, Everton, and Burnley, Leeds, West Ham, Everton, and Wolves. Burnley, Leeds, West Ham, Everton, and Wolves. So he's right. You're absolutely right. Burnley, Leeds, West Ham, we got a point, and Wolves we did. 4 points from fucking 15. 4 points. Yeah, we're fucked. Forget top 4. Forget European football. We're fucked. Why do we look like we're scared to take risk in hopes of winning? Do you know what? Flavio? I don't know, bruv. But that said a lot tonight. That said a lot. Next match day prediction, we're getting knocked out the FA Cup by Brighton on Sunday. And then there's no European football again. The creative in our side is on the floor. Exactly. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok if you guys are in the live chat watching and contributing. You guys are making some very, very valid points. We'll be live for like the next 6 or 7 minutes. But it says a lot about tonight. Fletcher shouldn't have been put in this position. Johnny Evans should have been brought in as an assistant coach to help Darren Fletcher. That was just ridiculous. I don't know why he was brought in. The only ones that can hold their head high, like I've said multiple times, is Sesko and Shea Lacey. Like, I want Shea Lacey in that team. That when he gets the ball on his left foot, it's time to duck. Because he's hit the crossbar and he's nearly scored 2 blinders tonight. If both of them go in, this is a different match reaction. This would have been at least a 3 or 4-1 win if those Shea Lacey chances would have gone in. But I like the look of him. I like the look of the player. I think there's something very, very special there. And I hope we start recognising it and we do see it. Because what I don't want to happen, tomorrow I think we're all going to know what's going to happen. Wait for tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. Do you know what's going to happen? They're going to announce Solskjaer and Carrick tomorrow. I bet people, I'll put a bet on it. They will announce Solskjaer and Carrick tomorrow. They will announce it tomorrow. Sesko or Xerxes? Well, after tonight, definitely Sesko, because Xerxes did fuck all. Funny how changing manager doesn't make the players good. Exactly, Daniel. Completely agree. Daniel's absolutely bang on. Lamens has the worst position I've seen. Sesko or Xerxes? I've said Sesko. Sesko did his job today, but Casemiro, his time is up for United. You blaming him for a deflection. I mean, Lamens' position is quite bad. And Heaven in James Fitzpatrick's defence, Heaven does put out a foot and the ball does lob over our goalkeeper, but our goalkeeper shouldn't have come that far off his line. So, like in defence, Heaven does make a mistake. James Fitzpatrick is been here for quite a few match reactions and he makes some very valid points, which I completely respect. But like at the end of the day, like everybody's entitled to a view and opinion. But Lamens does come out off his line way too much for that goal. And at the end of the day also, I would say Heaven does stick out a foot massively wide open. So I disagree with Ollie taking the short term. Why not Fletcher? And I don't want Fletcher. I don't want Ollie. I don't want Carrick because it's all going to end in tears again. We're doing this to take blame off Amber, or take blame off Wilcox, Berrada and Ineos. This is what they're doing. They're trying to deflect blame. And I agree with James Fitzpatrick's comment. Lamens has the worst position I've ever seen. I would agree. I feel bad for Aiden Heaven. He shouldn't have stuck his fucking foot out. Like, you don't do that. LFC fan, I think Heaven has been solid last few games as well. He wasn't solid tonight. They're trying to ease the blame base. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to ease the blame. Because they know if United start slipping up, Ollie will get the blame, and so will Carrick. Calicky, look, Calicky, I'm back, Calicky. I can't believe it, Calicky. We've still got Bruno-y and Maguire-y. There may no be Lashy and Sanchi and Scotty and Fleddy, but we've got Bruno-y and Maguire-y are still here, and Deloy. I can't believe it, Calicky. I'm back, Calicky. That's what it's going to be like. And everybody's going to start saying Ollie's at the wheel again. Like, that's the problem from this result. Everyone's going to be Ollie's at the wheel. No, we're not at the circus. We're not at a fun fair. Sorry, no. I didn't even watch it, so I can't comment. But yeah, Glaze out is the best thing for you. Exactly, Evan. Completely agree, Evan. You're absolutely bang on, mate. And even though you're an LFC fan, you're always welcome on here. Doesn't matter what club or team you support, everybody's welcome on this community. So if you guys are new, smash that like button, give me a follow. Would really appreciate it. But you're absolutely right. The only way out is Ineos piss off, the Glazers sell the club, the debt gets paid, we get billionaire owners, but knock down the stadium, build a new one, get rid of half this termites in this squad, and get a new manager who's going to be an elite one to take this club into a new direction. That's the only way out. That ain't going to happen. We need an elite manager and he should be given enough time. Things aren't going... But, mate, Daniel, like, I would say again, mate, we've heard that all the time, bruv. We've heard that all the time, buddy. We can't be expecting to wait even more. It's like waiting in your post office and the fucking queue is like outside the door and they've only got one person at the post office till. That really fucks me off. And do you ever go in a supermarket now and half the tills have been taken out and it's all self-scan bullshit now? And then you go and scan your item and then it says unexpected item in the bagging area. And then you've got to get some B-Tech to come over and help you. And look how long it takes. Like, I'm not going through 13 years again. Like, 13 years, like, I'm sorry, but no. Like, no. I'm not doing 13 more years of waiting and it being time. Sorry, no, I'm not doing that. I've been hearing that since 2013, bruv. I've been hearing that since 2013. I'm not doing another 13 years of this bullshit. But I would say it's a disaster for the start for Darren Fletcher. And I think the reality, it's going to hit Darren Fletcher and Johnny Evans tonight. The reality is hit already after one game. Those players are shit. But the reason we've got shit players is look above you. Omar Berrada, Jason Wilcox, Ineos and the Glazers. Those four Muppets above you lot are the problem. This is the reason why this football club is the way it is today. I'm surprised these ex-players can't see it. I'm surprised, but they won't say anything because they want a yes man. But the reality is hit tonight. We've drawn with Burnley. 4 points from Everton, West Ham, Wolves, Leeds and Burnley. So Wolves, West Ham, Leeds, Wolves, Burnley. 4 points from 15 against those four. It's simply not good enough. And you could actually chuck Bournemouth in there as well. So that's 5 points from 15. Like, as an elite football club, elite, we deserve better than this. We deserve better. And it ain't going to get any better anytime soon. And do you know what? Tomorrow, they're going to be announcing Solskjaer and they're going to be announcing Carrick. And guess what? We're going to have to react to it tomorrow. How fun is that going to be on a Thursday afternoon? 2 days before the weekend. Calicky, look. Calicky, I'm back, Calicky. They may have got rid of me before, Calicky, but I'm back. I'm back better than ever. Want you back for good. Like, fucking hell. Imagine we have to react to that tomorrow, that fucking Solskjaer and Carrick are returning. Oh my God, that's going to be a fun Thursday afternoon. Fuck me, that's going to be really, really fun. Fuck me. I can't wait for that tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Want you back for good. On a twist of separation. Fucking hell. Imagine if we've got to watch that tomorrow and react to it. But we've drawn 1-1 with Burnley. 5 points from 6. Against Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, Everton, West Ham and Bournemouth. 5 points from 15 from our last 6. It's not exactly great, is it, Manchester United? We start with a draw, and I would say the reality tonight is hitting Darren Fletcher and Johnny Evans quite hard. More harder than a... Yeah, let's not go there. Player of the match, I think we give it to Sesko because he's probably had his best ever United performance tonight in a United shirt. Bags 2 goals. Unfortunately, those 2 goals aren't enough to win us the game. And again, down to Luke Shaw, down to Martinez for their pathetic and embarrassing lack of defending. Basically standing there like statues on a chessboard. But that's what you get with Luke Shaw. That's what you get with Martinez. You get baggage. More baggage than... Yeah, let's not even go down that route. But yeah, we've drawn against Burnley. We now look on to the Brighton game at Old Trafford on Sunday, which is FA Cup time, which is the only trophy we've got left we can win. And if we go out on Sunday, no European football next season again. No European football again for the second season straight running. How fun is that going to be next season when there's no European football at Old Trafford or away from home? That's going to be really fun, isn't it? That's going to be really, really fun, isn't it? No European football again. I mean, great. So we're going to leave it there. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in. Thank you to everybody that has contributed in the live chat. You guys have made some great, great opinions. If you are getting off also, please remember to smash that like button. Please give me a follow on TikTok. We'd really appreciate it. Hopefully, we are still in the FA Cup on Sunday. Hopefully, home form will give us an opportunity to win the FA Cup third round tie against Brighton. And then hopefully we go on and win the whole thing because that's the only thing we've got left. And if we don't do that, no European football next season, a trophyless season again. And then Where do we go from there? I don't know. But tomorrow, don't be surprised if we're sat here in the same position, in the same seat, discussing Solskjaer and Carrick's return. Don't be surprised if they announce it tomorrow to take blame off this result. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you guys are all doing. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. You're all legends, you're all legendary, and I'll see you on the match reaction for Sunday. And remember what I said, tomorrow we might be reacting to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's return as Manchester United's interim manager for the rest of the season. And I'll see you guys all on the next one.